There's many different types of gardening. There's square bale gardening, square foot gardening, raised bed gardening, traditional ground gardening, container gardening, and what we use a lot in this large garden, and you've heard us use the term raised berm gardening. Now, what is a raised berm garden? It's simply an area that has a distinct walk path and a permanent grow space. This is a concept that we found watching one of Joe Lampo's Growing a Greener World episodes on PBS. He went up to a gardener in New York who was practicing this type of gardening. Now, it's called a weedless garden, W-E-E-D-L-E-S-S. The concept is this particular gardener had a beautiful garden that he'd been gardening in the same location for 30 plus years. Each year he would use the compost that he made on site and layer 1 inch in each raised berm, essentially raising that particular location up. By doing this, a no-till type of method, he was not introducing weed seeds to the air, moisture, and sunlight, and essentially less weeds each and every year. Well, we have weeds. This is about the 4th year that we've been practicing this. But this is what we've done. We've got a grow space, walk path, grow space. And as you've watched our programming, we have very minimal soil disturbance, an exclusion of planting potatoes or digging up Jerusalem artichokes, for example. But it takes the concept of a traditional ground garden that you would have to till twice a year, some people do, and minimizing it to, okay, this bed here is what we have to work on today. Psychologically, it's very easy to work in that versus now I've got to do that much work on this much garden because it's not broke up. And in a traditional ground garden, you till it, you spade it, whatever the means of loosening the soil you choose to do, there's still a certain amount of walking that you're going to do even if you don't have distinct walk paths or permanent grow spaces. With this type of concept, we have tomatoes, we can reach tomatoes from both sides. We're not stepping in the bed and compressing that soil. By non-compressing the soil, that eliminates the need to get in here at the end of the year and loosen it up and till it up and fluff it up. Now, you will see us come in here in some of these beds and work the soil to eradicate weeds when we have time. The concept is over a number of more years and introducing mulch, which is shredded leaves, each year into the garden, the weeds that are introduced, or the weed seeds, will be less and less because of the material we keep adding onto each raised berm. This is not the must type of gardening. It is one of many ways that you can garden that you might want to adapt either for your entire garden or part of your garden as a raised berm, permanent walk path, distinct grow area, less compaction, and adding material each year to each grow area in order to lessen the amount of weeds that you have to extract during the growing season.
For more information, please visit thewisconsinvegetablegardener.com.